can't get it to
It's
do it.
fine. Leave it alone. Hey, Lori, how are you? It's so good to see you here. I fangirl just a little bit. How are you doing? What are you working on? I'm looking for a project. Tank, how are you, my dear? How are you feeling?
Hello, everyone.
What kind of snow you got going on? Nasty, messy.
You're making your Hexi Cardi.
Ah! Are you serious? Oh my goodness. I am absolutely so excited that you joined in. So excited. 3 inches and counting. We had about 5 to 6. And it started again today. I'm so over it. But I'm not going to complain. There are worse things. None there. Which part of the world are you in, Lori? I should know that. You just finished a mesh dress. Were you doing a Taylor Swifty kind of thing? I'm just kidding, Tank. Utah. Wow, really? All right, we're in West Virginia. And so apparently the North Pole has decided to move here. I tell my kids, this is the kind of weather we had when I was growing up. They don't know real snow. They've never really, 1 or 2 in their whole lifetime. But the kind where it comes in January and stays till March, that's kind of what we're having right now. My son went back to school, I think 1 or 2 days after Christmas break, and nothing else. A poncho. Tank, I'm not surprised. What colors? It's very odd, Lori. It's very odd. Somebody showed a map and it said that the West Coast is all on fire, like California and everything, and the East Coast is under ice. It's so strange. Ooh, I bet that's pretty. Definitely good for Mexico. Yeah, this weather is not my friend. I said in our Facebook group the other day, I haven't been out since New Year's Eve, and I think some of them thought that was kind of odd, but it's not odd for me because of the things that go on with me to stay in for a week at a time. But I'm past my week and want to go out and can't because it's so cold and nasty. Teal, sparkle, and ooh. Ooh, I bet that's beautiful. I have a yarn, something like that. Hey, Rachel, how are you, honey? Love you.
Hey, love you.
I have a yarn that's something like that. It's a red heart. Roll with it. But it also has some other colors in it. A beach dress. I like that. Rachel, how are you? How's the weather your way? You're at work. I'm sorry. Do you guys have school today, or are you just there because you have to be? Or are you cleaning up after school today? Make and Do Crew using Halo yarn. Is that the one that we shared, Lori? The one that is date night cardigan or whatever it is? I can't remember the lady's name. I know it's Make and Do Crew, but there's a name for the designer. And I didn't realize until yesterday that I have made several of her patterns and actually have one of her books. Cecilia, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Marlene, how are you? Good to see you. Tell us what you're making, what you're working on, what you're doing. Maybe you're just kicking back. I'll tell you our faux pas that happened yesterday here in a little bit. What a nightmare. Snowy and cold. Schools canceled all week. Ours too. Right. Yeah. I think ours is, I don't know how that works. I know the basis, Rachel, but I know that we have like a 240. And then I guess 261 is the next one. Everybody's been out here and we had snow days until today. And today was a make it up kind of day and do a snow packet. Yay. Working on a shawl. Awesome. Sweater from Craft and a cup of video. Awesome. Simple Hexi solid and window rose with reduced sleeves. I think that's the one I'm doing, Lori. Pretty sure. Rachel, that stinks. So what if it's really bad? I'm going to show my Hexi Cardi in a little bit. And Lori, you can tell me if it's the same as what you're doing. I had started mine a couple weeks early, and I only did this for this reason. If I start a pattern, or if I don't start a pattern, and then I come to you guys and say, let's make this pattern together, and I get into it, and then I'm not feeling the stitches, This is the year that I refuse to push through things I don't like. And I didn't want to do that to you all. So I checked the stitches first to make sure it was something I was happy with. Stay because it was really bad. That's what they told Kristen this past week.
Yep.
They told her to stay home
Tuesday
because it was really bad, and then they ended up closing most
We've
of the
closed
days
every day earlier than normal. Today they closed early too,
which normally doesn't happen. This has really hit everybody. Some of the people local to us, like local as in a friend of mine lives about a mile away, they were without power from Sunday until last night, and frigid temperatures, many of them without heat. We don't normally have that kind of weather here anymore, especially not where you'd be without power for a long time. But our power has been going through some upgrades over the past year. They're trying to upgrade the system, and I think maybe that might be part of it. But when you get three power line poles that get clipped, it's going to take some time to fix it. I'm thankful that was on the other side of us, and our power comes from the other direction. We lost power one night for a couple hours, and the grandbaby was here, but it came back on and we were good. Your writer's block, Tank. Take a break. Take a break and enjoy some time. Do something else. All right, so I'm going to tell what we did first, and then I will show my progress on the Hexi Cardi. Kristen's over here laughing. I can laugh about it now.
I'm laughing because it's ridiculous.
Yesterday, I was quite miffed. You all know that we normally don't do a whole lot of lives. And we had said this year that we would do the Hexi Cardi both in lives and as a crochet and chat, and away as a crochet and chat where we video record and post it. So it's been several days since we talked about the Hexi Cardi, like the beginning of it. And I said, okay, yesterday I asked Kristen, I said, do you want to go online and just record and we'll upload a video while we crochet and work on it and talk about it? Yeah, sure, Mom. So she came in here. We got everything out. We got everything ready. We sat here and recorded for an hour and 10 minutes. Talked about everything under the sun that had to do with Hexi Cardi and all this other stuff. And I keep finding myself today thinking about things that I need to repeat that we said in the video, because when we got finished, the video was not there. And this is the second time that's happened. So we looked it up, and it's because I had a whole bunch of things that were stored on the computer, and there was not enough storage on the computer. And I've heard other content creators talk about that their cell phone or their computer or whatever will cut them off after so many minutes because there's not enough storage. I'd never had this one do that until a couple weeks ago, and I thought that was a fluke, and I pushed the wrong button. And yesterday, an hour and 10 minutes. And Kristen said, I'm so upset. We wasted all that time for nothing. And I said, it wasn't for nothing. You completed 3 rows on your Hexi Cardi,
which I just had to rip out.
But we did figure out, Kristen, we were talking in the video, she crochets quicker than I do. I spend more time crocheting. She crochets quicker, so it kind of balances. But she got 3 rounds, and I got 2. Of course, I was a little farther along on mine. But when I got finished with mine, in the video, I was talking about how my count was messed up somewhere. I had missed a stitch, and when I got finished, I had to rip out 2 rows. And Kristen had to rip out 2 rows today. So the whole thing was a complete and total wash. I think you gained 1 round. 1 round. Yep.
Last night, me and Mom, in that video, said we do not crochet in the room together often, because most of the time...
That's not the problem.
No, I'm just saying, that's not the problem, no. But last night, we were sitting in here crocheting together, and I'm like, oh, I messed up. I messed up because in the pattern, the decrease, I forgot to put at the end of the row. I'm like, I'll just put it at the end of the row. Then I'm sitting here before we go live, I'm like,
let's see. Hey, Elaine.
Hi. So I ended up just ripping it out.
Yeah, you're right, Tank. It is practice. And it's also a practice in patience, which, you should never ask for, but when you're given it, you should take it. So anyway, an hour and 10 minutes of talking and crocheting and chatting. And we're further along on our Hexi Cardi sign stuff. We've got to show where we're at. We can't just keep going. So I'm not even going to apologize. It is what it is. And so here we are, and this is where we're at. And I didn't want to go any further. I will say, while we're chatting this evening, she's going to work on her Hexi Cardi. I am not. I figured out, hey, Michael, how are you? So good to see you. Hope you and Panda are good. Hey, oh, I lost my train of thought. Sam, how are you? No, not Sam. Maritza. Hi, Maritza. How are you? I've got Sam on the brain. I'll talk about that later. Maritza, hola, how are you? But I did figure out that I cannot crochet and talk to you on a pattern that I have to pay attention to because I messed it up. So I don't work that way. My brain is very singular in task. I need to add this. I'm not at the point to. I'm not at the point to add the stitch markers yet, but I'm going to. Kelly!
Hi, Kelly.
Love you, girl. All right, so I'm going to show you where I'm at. And y'all know before I show you that mine's bright. Because you know, I like those 80s colors, so I'm not apologizing.
Hi, Sunita.
Sunita, I love you, Lady Blue. Hexi Cardi. We are doing a Hexi Cardi crochet along. You work out all at your own pace. You pick your own pattern. I did share a pattern in case you want to do the one we're doing. It's by Make and Do Crew, and it's on the original video. But you don't have to do that one. You can do whatever you want to do. And if you make it now or you make it, by the end of the year, that's fine too. We're just crocheting and talking and working on it as we go. This is the one that I'm working on. So this is Mandala Happy, as you all know. I love this colorway. This is my 80s colorway. Lori, does that look like yours with the windows like you were talking about, more solid with the windows? Because this is Make and Do Crew too, but she has a couple, so. You'd never heard of a Hexi Cardi. Oh, well, I did not come up with it. It's an old thing, apparently. And I've heard of it for a couple years now. And it's one of those things, I'll be honest, the reason why I did it is because I don't like to feel like I can't do something. Like, I know there are things that we can't do. But in crochet, I like to conquer those things and move forward, especially when I think it's probably not as hard as I'm making it out to be. We have a whole series about hats this year that are all about that, about debunking the myth that you can't do this stitch or the stitch is too hard and all that kind of thing. So the Hexi Cardi, I don't know why I was intimidated. And I thought, okay, how do you fight that intimidation? You get with everybody else that you know and you make it together, and then you can talk about it and you can say, hey, I'm aggravated. I'm aggravated because I missed a stitch and had to rip out 2 whole lines. You have a goal. See, Sunita, 2 birds with 1 stone. And you know what I just figured out? If I can finish this in time, this will be 3 birds and 1 stone for me, because Ella from No Catchy Name has a kaleidoscope now right now. And I think it's only for 2 or 3 months. So knowing me and how slow I crochet, that's probably not going to happen. But if I finish this in time, this would meet her criteria for her kaleidoscope cow or Mao, because you just have to use multiple colors. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I think I'm on round 17. Yep. And there's a whole, in the video, the very first one, there is a pattern link. And below it, and if you go through all the ads, it tells you all the different sizings that you need and all the yarn, how much yarn you would need. Thank you, Tank. I have a pocket shawl. I got introduced to this colorway 2 or 3 years ago. My birthday, my best friend, she gave me this colorway. And she said, I just knew that you would love it because it reminds me of the 80s. And I do. It is my favorite of all time. A close second is the I Love This Yarn Stonewash Denim. And I think it's been discontinued, which makes me cry. But I really love this colorway. There is another. Who had it? Somebody I was watching today had a yarn that looks so similar to this, but it was not mandala. It was something else. It was a more bougie yarn. What I call bougie. What I call bougie. It's not a Walmart or a Joann's yarn or a Hobby Lobby yarn. It was something else. But I really like this colorway. I'm not gonna lie. I wish there was more pink. I like the hot pink. You all know that. But I'm hoping it'll play out more in the end. So that's mine, and I'm hoping that when I get to, I've kind of barely looked ahead because I don't want to see something and go, Yes, Tank, a little bit. I don't want to look ahead and go, I don't know about that. I just want to power through it. So, I mean, not power through quickly, but I just want to work through the pattern, you know. So I think what I'm planning to do is once I get so far, when you have to do the seaming and the edging and stuff, it's going to be black. So
I think that will complement the colors very well.
I think so too. Okay, you going to show yours?
Yeah.
She is aggravated as well. She ripped out 2 lines. But you know what? It's part of what we do. It happens.
Let me fold it right.
Hello, how are you? It's so good to see you.
Hello.
Okay, I'm really bad at remembering names, so tell me your name. I watch you all the time and love your channel. Tell me your name.
That is mine.
So Kristen has a completely different palette than I do, and if you all have watched long enough, you know this.
Yes.
This is one of her favorites. She likes greens.
I like greens and blues.
And mint greens. Angela, so good to see you.
I wanted to get a color that I knew I would wear, but I also didn't want to be boring and go with like black or white. So I wanted color, but I wanted something that I could wear and it's not in your face.
Hi, Nancy.
No
how are you?
I love in your face, but
I know, but you don't wear in your face.
I don't wear in your face.
And to be honest, I don't wear in your face normally either. But what I was saying is the friend who gifted me the Happy before, I made a pocket shawl with, and I wore it to school a couple weeks ago, and I could just see everybody going, huh? It was cold as I don't know what, and I wrapped it around me, to keep the cold and stuff out. And I know they looked at me funny, but I don't care. I'm the one that if I could get away with it in the school system, I would have hot pink hair, so it's okay. Fuzzy halo. I bet that's going to be pretty. So you're in, Lori. So you've done the rows all the way up to 20, and where it says repeat 3 and 4 until you get to 20, and now you're on 5, 6. You've done 5, 6, 7. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's true. They will go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Angela's got a bunch of doilies going on, all that pretty stuff. I used to do those when I was younger, but I no longer have the ability to hold those little tiny hooks.
Yeah, we're on the part where we repeat 3 and 4 out.
Yeah, that's where we are. Okay, gotcha. Because after you repeat 3 and 4, I think she then goes back to start and she counts. She says go to round 20, but then she repeats and says 5, 6, 7. So it's okay if we got to frog it, right? It's okay, Tank. We'll see you in a bit. I told you guys when we started this, there's no stress and there's no pressure, because I'm gonna tell you why. I can't do it. I can't do the stress and the pressure anymore. Your hat making skills. Oh, that's great. Nancy, we will be talking about some hat making stuff. I think one comes out next week. Every 2 weeks so far, we have a video about some stitching and stuff. Michael, I'm sorry too. That's always hard. But that's why everybody's here, to lift you up. I don't want to have pressure to get anything done. And I say that and say I started out the year with what we were going to do. And I had this big long list. I mean, I had like 2 or 3 pages of stuff. And Kristen looked at me like, okay. And that's exactly kind of how she's okay. But no enthusiasm, because she was like, okay, whatever. Because she starts clinicals in probably next week sometime, which means, so that means she'll be going into classrooms in addition to doing her schooling and in addition to working. So, but that's okay.
I will still crochet and knit or whatever I'm doing.
Lori, I know I tried to cheat and not put mine in. I'm going to have to. Oh, neat. Spyro hat. That sounds fun. Show rose hat. I'll have to look that up. Short row. Okay, I'll have to look that up. But in the long run, I don't want to stress. And I said that I had all that stuff ready to go. And then Kristen and I got ready to record. And I said, hold on, I'm sitting on something. Hello, Lisa B. How are you? I said, I'm not going to do that. I still have the plans for things to do. No, Elaine, me neither. And we don't do that drama stuff around here. We're going to talk about that though. I just can't do the stress. And so this is going to, Nancy, you can do it. I'm a chicken too. And if I'm a bark, you can too. We're all chickening together. That's why we did this, so that you could push me through. We can do it. But I did not want to come up with all that stuff and say, hey, I'm going to do this video and this video and this video and this video. I'm not doing it. Angela, you laughing at my chicken? So I do have plans. We do have plans in the background, but I'm not going to come out there and promise that we're going to do this, that, and the other, because you all know it may not happen. I'm not one of those channels. And saying that, Michael, I know you saw it because I saw you comment on it. Cinnamon Stitches had one of the best videos I've ever seen today. And that's bar none. It was amazing. If you are a content creator, you need to go watch it. If you're not a content creator, you need to go watch it. It was about YouTube and YouTube content and everything, all the stuff that, everything. And it helped me put myself in perspective, and it helped me to be okay with what we chose to do. So after the new year changed over, yes, she did, Michael, and it helped me. And we're not a big channel, but it helped me to put myself where I needed. It helped me to put myself in my place. That's the best way I can put it. I needed to be rearranged and a knot jerked in my hind end, and that's what happened, because it helped me to put priorities in place, and it helped me to think differently about things. And Kristen hasn't seen it, so she's like, what are you talking about? So at the beginning of the year, we had, and I still plan to hold to all the goals we said. It was wonderful, Missy. It was beautiful, and it was real, and it was honest. And to me, if you can be real and you can be honest, you jerk at my heartstrings. Yep, Rachel, sometimes it is. But one of the things she talked about was, getting into everything, jumping into everything. And that's what I was going to do at the beginning of the year with all of these bright ideas to get on track and have all this stuff. And I had the whole month of January laid out. Hey, Sanita. And I had the whole month of January planned out. We had it mapped out every day, every video, everything we were going to do. And before we started to record, I looked at Kristen and I said, I can't do this. And now, hey, Tank, now that I've watched her video, Cinnamon Stitches video, I feel more at peace with that. Yay, Sanita. I feel more at peace with the choices we've made. We've chosen to do some of the things publicly that we said we were going to do, like the Hexi Cardi and the hat stuff. But we have also chosen that the other stuff is in the background for us to pick up later in the year. And if we do it, great. And if we don't do it, that's great. And we're not stressing out. Lisa wants to know what you're working on.
I'm working on my Hexi cardigan.
We are challenging everybody to join in and make a Hexi cardigan this year, sometime.
Hold on, I'll show you.
And this pattern is by Make and Do Crew, but you don't have to use her pattern.
That's where I'm at.
It's about perfect for the baby. You could just stop right now.
It really is.
We have teased each other the whole time and said, the baby could wear it now. We're good.
It really is her size.
Yeah, you got to keep going.
I do.
So anyway, what Jennifer had talked about was being yourself, being true to yourself, doing what makes you happy. And at the beginning of the year, I saw all of these cows and mows and all this stuff start to come up.
Yes, I do. It's hanging up with my one that's Spring got me or made me too.
And so she can't wear that when the baby's here, which the baby's not here, but she just left this morning. So yeah, she has grabby hands.
Especially for hair and jewelry and not good.
I will say also, I was told today that she loves to watch Nana Claus and Auntie Boo on YouTube. So baby doll, if you're watching, Nana loves you big.
And Auntie Boo does too.
So Amy, how are you?
Hello.
So that being said, I think I'm going to fall back into the things that we know that we do. That's us. And I'm not going to try to do all the things that I think are expected. I've always said I'm not a tutorial channel. I'm never going to be. It's not my jam. There are plenty of them out there and they're wonderful at it. Yes, they are bad about being grabby. I put yarn in your driveway because I am too old to throw. I hope you aren't getting snow right now. She probably is. Angela, are you getting snow right now? That's right, Angela. And I think it was never our intention to be something we're not, but it was my intention to try and cram everything I've ever wanted to do in 1 year. I really think that's what I was planning to do. And last year I took on, I'm so sorry, Amy, but I'm glad you're here. Do you? It's right. And you know what, Michael, we really don't know what our vision is for us as far as YouTube. We started out on a whim. It really was Spring encouraging us to jump on board because we met her first through she did a YouTube live with Rose Likes Crochet and Fiber Spider and Lisa from Happy to Hook, I think. And I think there was one more. And I had watched Rose all the time and found out that Spring was from the same state we were. Hey, Kimberly, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome in. And 9 inches. Good night, nurse. That's a lot. That's more than we've seen in West Virginia in a long time. We have 5 to 6 lately. Tank, I do too. And that's my problem. And that's where I was going with that. So the crochet alongs and the mouths and everything like that. It's kind of like when you get invited to family dinner for Christmas or Thanksgiving. We're good. Thank you. Snowy and cold, but we're good. I would have been shocked too. What?
Oh my goodness.
Michael. That's not normal, right? You guys don't normally get that kind of snow, right? I know Miguel, forget which part of Texas he's in. They had a few inches too, which it looked nasty. And I know you guys, he doesn't normally get that where he's at. So I think it's kind of like the crochet alongs and the mouths are like being invited to dinner at a family member's house. You don't want to let them down and not go because you're your family and you want to support them and love on them. But you also have your own mess at home to take care of. Goodness gracious, Michael, that's a lot. That's more than us.
Yeah.
I'm ready for spring. You got slammed. Your power just came back. I said people here, this is Friday, so we've had people here that were without power until late last night from Sunday. Really some severe weather. Lots of, one place had a fire, caught the power pole, caught the woods on fire. Yeah, really just a crazy mess here.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I say all that to say, because y'all are going to find out I jump all over the place. I can't keep one train of thought. Nature has gone nuts, Tank. It is crazy. I say all that to say this is the year that I choose to say yes to some things because I do want to support channels and help people and love on people. And I found myself more watching and liking and not always commenting because just honestly, I forget because there's so much going on that I'll be watching it and it'll flip on through to the next video and the grandbaby's here or somebody's calling or something's going on and I get pulled away from it. So I'm there. I'm just not always there where you can see me. This year was weird. Other parts of the country got a lot more snow than Michigan. Yeah, it's nuts. I don't know what's going on. Western's on fire and the you're right, and the Eastern's we're under ice. Yep, it's nasty. This is the first time I've seen this kind of ice event here in a while. Michael, you know what? That's a them problem. That's not a you problem. That's a them problem. You have to do what's good for you. And I will say that to anybody. And I'm saying that to myself. I am preaching to the choir right here because I'm going to do what I can do. But I did figure out, you can do those things, a little tip to make it easier for you when you want to support a lot of different people. Double dip. Make it fit both. Make it fit 2 or 3 of them. I have one now that fits 2 and maybe 3. 32 degrees. It was 12 here the other day. I'm so sick of it.
It was 9 this morning.
Lori, I do the same thing. And I don't think, I said that to somebody the other day, and I'm not sure that a lot of people do that, but I watch on a TV because I like to be able to see better. And the TV is bigger so I can see what you're doing and I can see your face and I can hear better on the TV than I can my phone because I'm old. And so for me, I watch on the TV and I can like on the TV, but I can't comment. So, and I can't now, like if this chat was on the TV, I cannot see the chat. And it used to be I could. So I don't know what they're doing. Nice there in Colorado. I threatened to ship myself to Litza in Australia because they have warm weather right now and I'm cold.
It is so cold.
Put buttons on your mosaic like Nancy, you sound like me. That's funny. Supposed to be about 20. We were at 12, but felt like 9. And I don't do those kind of temperatures. Last year we had 2 solid weeks, I think, of negative wind chill. And those are very painful for me. And I just don't. I don't go out and I don't do well in either. Shipping is way too high. It is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And yeah, I am taking things at my own pace, Tank. And you know what? I used to worry about, well, what if they don't like this? And what if they don't like that? And Terry, hi, how are you? It's so good to see you. That's one right there. Terry crochets circles around me, and I don't know how she does it. And it's okay. I'm slow, and Terry is fast, and she has so much going on, and I love to watch it. I'm so blessed to watch and see what she does. But I'm taking my own pace this year, and I don't know how many times I've had somebody say, "Those who are your people will find you." And like I said, we don't even know what our YouTube journey is supposed to be. I will tell you, we are over the 1,000 mark, have been for quite some time, and really close to 4,000 hours. I mean, not super close, but closer than I ever thought we'd ever be.
I think Mom sent me that.
I did send you that. Did you not know that?
I can't wait.
She's gonna flip out. Have you seen, Terry? Did you see that she got a friend's book, a crochet book for Christmas? She got the friend's crochet book and flipped out. She was so excited.
I've already marked what ones I'm doing first.
I want to see you do one.
I'm going to.
She's so excited about it. Yes, she got the Friends book, and yes, they have Friends Happy Meals coming. Yep.
I'm so excited.
I'm actually excited for the Happy Meals. I loved Friends growing up. You know what, Nancy? It's okay. It used to take me forever to make a hat, and I can make a hat in a couple hours now. But guess what? Amigurumi takes me 3 or 4 days to a week.
I can whip out a hat on my cincher in 20 minutes. But if I sit down to crochet a hat, it's going to take me, like you said, 3 days.
Or knit. That's not nice of me. That's a sore spot. That's a really sore spot. Kristen has a whip.
It's been resting for 2 years.
Yep. I'll get spring after you.
No.
But you know what? I'm just going to be me. And it's hard for me to be anything else other than that. My family has found that out over the years. Some of them more recently than others. A flatbed truck. Cool. You repairing it? You fixing something that's wrong with it? You painting it? What are you doing to it? I get overwhelmed. But anyway, and YouTube, that's what Jennifer was talking about, just in the stitches, that it's easy, to be overwhelmed and to think that you have to do all the stuff. So this is the year that I choose to do what I want to do in a nice way. I don't mean that rudely. You all know better. Tank, I'm sick of snow. I'm ready to give it up. Go to work on a hat. That won't take me a couple of days. There you go. Pot holders depends on the stitch. Moss stitch takes me forever. You are crocheting. Whoa, back that up. You're crocheting a backhoe? Are you serious? Awesome. So there I went again. Ding. Okay, here's the deal. I'm going to be who I'm going to be. And if you've been here long enough, you all know who I am. I hope that you continue to want to be here, and that, and those of you who love us, I know will be, and, and find something in the channel. But I'm going to be me, because I can't be anybody else. I'm good at being me. Well, probably not, but I'm the best at being me. I'm better at me than being me than anybody else. How about that? Nobody else can be me. It's hard for you to concentrate and focus. I get that sometimes too.
Me too.
I want spring too.
I want spring so I can go fishing again. I miss going fishing.
Oh my goodness, they fish every day.
It's fun.
Backhoe done. I know some little boys that would love that. I had a week and a granny square a week. I knit on Fridays, and the rest of the time is mine to do what I like. If someone has a crochet along, I want to be able to do it. I would like to do it. I just have things in my head that I want to do this year for me that I've always wanted to do and never gotten done. Angela, we love you too. Ice fishing. Oh my goodness. They night fish a lot.
I'm not meant for the
You're
cold.
right, Tank. You're right. Oh, I've heard her talk about that. The Reynolds. And I've heard other people talk about it too. Yep. Yeah, Angela, everybody in my house was born with a fishing pole in their hand. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
To put it into perspective, the grandbaby is 4 months old and she got a fishing pole for Christmas. Her papa's fault. Amber, hey!
Hello.
Awesome. She's got an asymmetrical shawl / scarf going right now. I love that. Is that the one for Juan's make-along? We were just talking crochet along. That's what we were just talking about, is all the crochet alongs and make-alongs. So, Jenna Kay, how are you? How are you doing? Let's see, my head, I need to empty it of some things that don't belong there. You're knitting it. Oh my goodness. Whoo, girl. I applaud anybody that can knit. I think that's a wonderful talent. I can do it. I choose not to do it because I'm not good at it. And it doesn't matter how much I practice. I know it's all a mindset. And if I practice, it might get better. I don't want to. It takes me too long and I don't have patience. Being honest, I told you guys this is a year of honesty. They do too, Angela, and they all go together.
Okay. I have caught, until this past summer, one fish my whole life.
And they catch itty bitty ones too. They're not about the big ones.
This summer, I don't know what happened. I've caught so many this year. I don't know what happened.
I'm going to tell on her. So they go night fishing, and it's all of them. It's the whole family. And so they had a citronella candle to keep the bugs away one night. And I'm not sure how, but I don't know if it was an accident or what. But
it was an accident.
Wax got spilled on the bridge where they were fishing off of. And she marked that as her spot, and she would go back and find where the wax was every time because that's where she caught the good fish. Her dad told her it'd be gone next year.
And I'm so sad. I have to find it again. Because this certain bridge, there's high and low spots in the river. And if you get into the low spots, you're losing your hook. So I found this one. And no matter how far or close I cast out, I don't get in the rocks.
Angela, you most definitely would have a blast with my crew. They are spent, and they don't go and come home. They go and they fish for hours. If I knit, it's on my hat maker. Kristen does that too. And
that's the only way I've been able to finish one.
Yeah. That would be the only way I could finish a hat. Now I can knit a scarf. I'm just not happy with my tension. Michael, you've got so much on your plate. I just don't know how you do what you do. You're another one. Constantly have stuff going. I have not. I'm the only one in the family that doesn't fish.
I have not been trout fishing. We mainly catch bluegill, red eyes,
bass,
catfish, bass.
Yeah. My family loves to eat catfish, so that's a big deal for them. They love to fry catfish. I don't think they have a handicapped area here either, Tank. So anyway, I've spent a lot of time thinking over the last few weeks, and honestly, there have been many times that we thought we're done doing YouTube because it's a lot of stress. And when I stress about getting a video out, I'm done because it's not. This is my happy place. I come here to see you guys. Okay, let me see if I can pull it up. I come here as my happy place, my stress reliever. And if it's not that, then I'm not for it. So I'm revamping. Nazy, hello. Nazy. So I'm revamping how I do some things as far as just putting pressure on myself to do things. Putting pressure on myself to be all things to all people. Putting pressure on myself to say the right thing and do the right thing and be the right thing. If you've been here long enough, then you know that my intention is never evil towards anybody. And if something is taken the wrong way, then there's a miscommunication. I hate text messaging, social media in general, because of the fact that you can read something and take it the wrong way. So if I ever say anything and you think that it's meant in a negative connotation, please know it's not. It's not meant that way. So I'm honest. I'm brutally honest about who I am and what I am. And it is what it is, Yeah. I do need to just do me and breathe. You're right. And that's my intent for this year, because last year was all about the blankets, and that was my own fault, but I did it for my family. And I will do anything for my family within reason, especially when you have a family that appreciates what you do. Now, I'll be honest, my husband and my sons are not going to wear the hats that we make. It's not going to happen. It's who they are, because they are a ball cap wearing kind of people. They are firefighters, and that's just what they do. And redneck through and through. And there's nothing wrong with that. We are proud of it. So they're not going to wear a knitted hat, crocheted hat. Not going to happen. But they are very thankful for the blankets that were made, and they are very appreciative. Now, my daughter-in-law loves everything I make, and I appreciate that from her. And I'm so proud of her. Today, for her birthday, she got a Centro, and she made her very first hat. The first time, right? Oh, so proud of her. So very proud of her. I hope, yeah. I don't want to perform, and I never have, Jenna Kay, but I just feel like sometimes I censor what I say, and I don't want to do that anymore. Because you know what I found? That when I don't censor what I say, somebody tells me that they needed to hear what I had to say. Like I'll censor, like Jennifer's talking on her channel about how she talks more about her private life than other people. I do that. Sometimes we get off a live, like, oh, I remember one night we got off and I deleted it. It wasn't the last one. The last one that got deleted, if you all looked and were looking for it and it got deleted, I apologize. The sounds of the people were playing, if you know, you know, for the firemen, and stuff was said, and I was afraid that it might, I don't even know what was said, but whatever is said on there, you know, it's a public radio, but it's still, I wasn't comfortable leaving that there.
I'm the same way. I'm naturally sarcastic.
Kristen is very sarcastic, and people see her on the channel and see her roll her eyes and hear some of the things she says. And I always feel like somebody might look at the things that we say to each other, and that's one of the things I judge. I judge myself because I'm afraid they're going to look at us and go, man, that was hateful and mean. Listen,
it's just the way
you just got to know. Me. Attitude, copy attitude. And then the other two are just like that too. So when we all get in a room together and then their daddy, it's 5 of us right on top of each other. Yeah, our videos are available to the whole world. And I've had some very negative things said from people who aren't even part of the yarny community because they don't get it. And so just know that if you see Kristen acting goofy or saying things, talking smack, and I'm talking back, it's just what we do. Like we are not, it's all in
There's nothing
fun.
meant by it. We get off here and we act the same.
Yep, they take it off, Michael. And you know what? I couldn't do that if I needed to because I don't have it. Kristen definitely couldn't do it because Lord have mercy, you can read that child's face from a mile away. See, I'm being brutally honest. I am her mother. I love her with all my heart. I am telling you, her face says it all.
I'm not denying it because I know it's true. It's just the way I am.
Niecy, this was people that I didn't even know. And I'll tell you what this one was. It was so funny. It was the thing with the Christmas lights. Didn't even have anything to do with crochet. I put Bigfoot in the title. If you watch this channel enough, you know why I did that.
I love Bigfoot.
Flips out every time she sees a Bigfoot
I have
cut out or anything.
A Bigfoot stuffed animal that was given to me by one of you lovely people, and I appreciate it so much. I got a Bigfoot sign in my room that I got for Christmas. It's me. I love cows. I love Bigfoot. I love friends. Y'all know I'm very weird, I guess you could say.
You're not weird. You're just stuff. Different. That's all right.
But that's just who I am.
Niecy, I think that was, you know, what you needed for the time and because of what you were going through. And we don't do lives very often. You all know that. You know, we pop in and out. Our lives are crazy. I'll be the first to say that. They're nuts. And so we come when we can. I could never dedicate that I'm going to put that much time into saying every week I'm going to be here at a certain time because something will happen. Something will blow up. I just know it will.
Highland cows, yes.
That's right, Amy. I have friends like that too. We're just crazy.
Thank you, Rachel. Love you lots.
Sonita, no! It was only in Spain, not here. For the friends. Who do we know that lives in Spain?
That's so sad.
Who do we know that lives in Spain? We gotta have them. Kristen loves Bigfoot, and so I put that in the title because they had a light up Bigfoot at the local light show here about it closer to spring.
We went every year, and this is the first time they've had it.
They've never had one. So she flipped out. I was super excited. We all loved it. He was really cute. Yeah. And so I put it up and somebody commented and said, "This is clickbait. There's no Bigfoot." Of course not. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with who you are. Oh, that's sweet. You disappeared for 8 months. I noticed that. I was looking for videos. I look for you all and see where you're going, what's going on. Prim's is only in Spain. No, the
Friends Happy Meal.
The Friends Happy Meal, Nisi. They had Friends Happy Meal, and there's Sunita saying it's only in Spain. Why is it all over my YouTube then? Okay, I'm going to show Kimberly's backhoe. I got sidetracked. I'm sorry. So let's see if I can. Can you see that? Look at that. Isn't that cool? Man, I'm glad I didn't know about those when my boys were little. Yes, but only in Spain, she said. That stinks. That's not nice. I have a poo. Where's he at? Hold on. I have
Rachel,
a poo.
Me too. I have Howling Cow stuff all over my Facebook.
Oh, I can't reach the poo. Oh, the poo's running away. I have a poo. See my pretty poo? I can't do this camera. I'm telling y'all, this is why I don't do Crescent Hush. See my pretty poo? Isn't she pretty? Sunita sent me my poo. She sent me Ellie the elephant too. I can't reach her. She's way up there. But anyway, yeah, I'm just going to be, the pink poo. I love it. I loved it too. I thought it was super cute. It made me very happy. I got pickle too. I have all kinds of Sunita stuff over here. I have all kinds of stuff that people have sent that they've made. And then I have some I've made. I have a bee from Critters Crochet. I have a pickle and a poo and an Ellie elephant from Sunita. I have Belle and Buddy, and they have all kinds of accoutrements that came back with them. I have a hot rod tie beanie baby. I have a T-Rex.
You have a Chick-fil-A cow.
Oh, the Chick-fil-A cow is for my husband.
I know. Me too.
Kristen got the book, the crochet book for Christmas. I think you have that already, right? So anyway, if you are a content creator, and even if you never plan to be a content creator, you still should go watch Jennifer at Cinnamon Stitches and the video she put out, because it puts things into perspective, helps you remember to pull back, rein back, do what makes you happy. And I questioned a lot of things that we were going to do. I know you said he was a Friends fanatic. You got to get that book and crochet. We're going to tell him. She said, I would never stop making stuff. So, I watched Miss C this week, and soon I'm going to have a Bumble Bunny. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Seven and Buddy did some things they weren't supposed to do.
No.
Nisi, I thought her video was good. So I think it all boils down to this. I question a lot of things I do. I never want to hurt anybody or come across as being negative towards somebody or judging. Here's my theory. I'm not good enough to judge myself. So, I have to judge my own self about what's going on. And the rest of it is not my place to judge anybody. And so we're doing Thoughtful Thursday instead of Thankful Thursday. And I am going through scripture. That's for me. That's because I need it. And I could give you my whole story about how I was in church religiously for years after a major mess up in my life. And was very happy, and then walked away for many years and have not been faithfully back for years. So this is my year for me to say yes for me, to do the things that make me happy. And if you like that and you want to see that, that's fine. And if you don't, I get it, and it's okay. And just know it's not about anything negative towards anybody else. It's for me. It's to help me grow. I need growth in my life. I need to get out of a rut that I'm in, and I need to move forward. And that's what this year is going to be about, in crochet and personal stuff and all the stuff. I know, Michael, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm going to cry. A couple years ago, well, wind back farther than that, we had dogs. I was never attached to them. I had one kind of I was attached to. One of them that I accidentally ran over because he ran underneath the car one day while it was moving and shouldn't have been in that area. And the father of that one passed away, and that was my dog. And I didn't want any more dogs. And so my husband came home one day and said, "Here's your dog." And I said, "No, it's not." And he said, "Yes, it is." And I said, "I don't want it." And he said, "Well, it needs a home." So long story short, he was abused. He had been in a fight with a pit bull. He was on a 3-foot chain, and that was his bed, bath, and everything beyond. And he was just an abused dog. He was a Boston Terrier, a full-blooded Boston. And I got him, and he walked with me through many, many painful things in my life and was with me, beside me, encouraging. I mean, just always there with me. And, oh my gosh. And so about 3 years ago, it was 3 years in September, we lost our bandit. And I didn't want any more dogs. And I told my husband, I said, "I don't want any more." I said, "I can't handle that heartbreak because his death was tragic and I just can't handle it." And so I'd never loved a dog like that. And then year before last, I had a friend who said, "Hey, I have one. Would you like him? And he's XYZ dollars." And I said, "I can't do that right now." I said, "I appreciate it. I just can't do it." And so about 3 weeks went by, and she said, "Would you like to have him?" And I said, "Honey, I'm sorry. I told you I just can't swing that right now." And things were just really bad. And my husband's work was funny. And she said, "No, I want him to have a home that will love him. Would you like to have him?" And I said, "Are you serious?" And she said, "Yes." And so that's how Hot Rod came into the picture. And he's a hot mess express. And so it took me 2 years to get to the point where I could have another dog because I just could not. I was looking for my Hexi Cardi. So anyway, we wanted to get on here tonight. Michael, I'm sorry. If I keep talking about mine, I'm going to bawl. So I can't do that. But he went over the Rainbow Bridge, and I will see him again. We're going to talk about the Hexi Cardi Party. And I'm going to show what mine looks like right now. And if you want to jump on board and make one, there's no specific pattern. I love it. This one is by Make and Do Crew. Hey, Miss C, guess what I figured out? The same person. Thrifty Crocheter, hey, how are you? Welcome in. The same lady, Miss C, that did this pattern, the Make and Do Crew, it's the same lady that created the book that you sent me, that C2C. It's also the same lady that created the deer pattern that I did for Christmas for both my boys. So, yep, that's Mandala Happy. And I love these. This is the one time that I really will wear pops of color. I'm usually a black and gray kind of girl. Not even brown, black and gray, and mostly black. It covers a multitude of sins. And so I really like this colorway though. And I have a pocket shawl like this, and it's so soft, and it just makes me happy. And it's called Happy. So, yep. Yes, Miss C, the same lady who wrote this pattern is the same that did the deer patterns I made for Christmas, the same one that did the book that you sent me. So I really, really enjoy her patterns, and I'm going to be looking. It wasn't intentional. I picked a pattern because I picked this one for this reason. I don't like bulky things on me, like to wear. Like in the wintertime, my family used to fuss so much. I wouldn't wear a jacket. I hate them. I'm claustrophobic, and I hate being covered up and wrapped tight. I can't do it. So I don't want like an Afghan. I don't want to be wearing an Afghan. I don't want to be wearing like complete granny stitch heavy, but I also didn't want a lot of boxes like open, like big boxes open. And so this one has like every other row is not like that. So I really like this pattern because of that. So that's why I chose that. You can make it any size. You can make it any color. You could donate it to Salvation Army or to families that are in need. You can use any hook. You can use any pattern. You can finish now. You can finish in December. This is just to encourage each other to do it, because I was intimidated by this pattern. And I know when I get finished, I'm going to feel like some kind of way about that because everybody said it's so simple. It's so easy. But y'all got to understand, I am not a wearables kind of girl. I don't make wearables other than hats and scarves and that kind of thing. And very few scarves. I make hats. I make blankets. I don't do wearables. And so, yeah, although I have a couple that I'd like to make this year. But that's again stepping out of my comfort zone to make me feel like that I am learning. I don't want to be stagnant anymore as a crocheter. I want to learn new things because my whole thing has always been, well, I don't know how to do that stitch, so I'm not doing that pattern. That is a closed-minded way to be, and I don't want to be that way because some of the best stitches I've ever, well, all of them. At one point, we knew none of them, right? That's great, Kimberly. I love, love, love the backhoe. It's too. After I started mine, if I'd have been smart, I would have made mine baby size. I would have been finished already because I think I could fit her in there twice. Fit her down this side and fit her down this side. But I'm just not gonna I'm gonna work on this though and try and tell myself that I can do it. And when we get done, those people who said you can do it can say I told you so, because I want to make sure that I at least once try to make a Hexi cardigan. Everybody's making them. Does that mean I'm going to jump on the bandwagon with every? Nope. There are a lot of great teachers on YouTube. Yes. But I was always the one. But when I grew up learning crochet, there was no YouTube. So I learned from a book. It literally was a book about this thick, and it came from the library, and it had sewing, crochet, knitting, tatting, weaving, every cross stitch, plastic canvas, every embroidery, all of that stuff was in the book. All of that stuff overwhelmed me, but I pulled the book down and I learned how to crochet from it. And now I go to YouTube, like hats. I go to Springs and pull a hat and, do her hats. And, yeah, I don't know that I could do that now in my life. Like go find a book and follow it, because I'd rather watch a YouTube video now than follow a pattern, like a written pattern, unless I'm watching like Netflix or something. Then, I need a pattern to reference back to. But even that, I've told you all, I can't multitask. I can't, if it's a really in-depth pattern, I can't do that and watch the TV. Just like right now, I'm supposed to be working on this. My donation C2C that I promised I would work on during lives, so that either ours or other people's, so that I could donate blankets. I'm supposed to be doing that. I didn't. A Hexi Cardi, to me, from what I can tell, is just a basic, it's just a hexagon. It's dependent on the stitches you use. Now, maybe I'm making it too simple, but that's what it looks like to me. And two, I think that's one reason why it appealed to me, because it's math. It's a shape. And, I really like geometry. And so, yeah. Don't drop that.
Can you grab it?
Yeah.
It's halfway open.
Oh, okay.
I was in the middle of opening it and then it fell over.
She's about to drop my body armor on my crochet, and then we're going to go round. I
was trying to open it one-handed.
Hydration. I'm fighting with hydration right now. You make a hat on Thursday because it's the only day with an H in it. Oh, Miss C, I love that. I have started making hats and learning stitches, and that'll start next week. It's called Stitch and Dish. So Stitch and Dish is where I make a very basic hat crown, and then I practice on the stitch and show you what it looks like. It's not me doing it in front of you, because I can't do that. We all know that. But I've made the hat, and then I'll show you what it looks like, because a lot of times, again, front post, back post, double crochet used to floor me. I was like, I can't do that. And I'll tell you why I know how to do it now. It's Spring's fault. Spring, if you're listening, I'm throwing you under the bus. If you're not listening, Rachel will tell you. Spring would do hats, and she would send me hats and said, hey, would you test this hat? And I'd be like, okay. Or she'd say, the hat's coming out Monday, and I would make the hat. And she loved that front post, back post, double crochet brim. And I thought, I hate those stitches. I really hate them. And you know what? I love them now. They are my favorite and my go-to. If the other stitches in the hat can lend themselves to a brim that is front post, back post, double crochet, it is my favorite thing to do. So I actually have started the hats for BMO that we make, and I've done it doing, Janet K has a bougie wearable. She's fancy. I said in the video that we lost from yesterday, I talked about Janet K's bougie wearables and how I can't make those bougie wearables. Hey, Catherine, how are you?
Hello.
We are on the other side of the country from the fires. We unfortunately are getting, the ice and the snow. Aussie land. All right. What's the weather like there? You guys have warmer weather, right? And so, lost my train of thought. Oh, hats. So we'll be talking about that as we go forward. Stitch and dish. So I stitched the hat and then talk about the stitch that I've never done or haven't practiced very much and tell you about it. And in case you've never done it. A lot on stitches. Yep. I have just been Googling them instead because I want to be able to Google it, look and see what it says and see if I can come up with it, in a hat some way. And that way, just to practice the stitch so that I learn it. And then I can figure out whether or not it's a stitch for a hat or if it's a stitch for another project or if it's a ditch. A ditch is, I don't want to do that when I don't like it. Every hot 30 degrees at a moment. Oh, too hot for you. Okay. 2 hexagons, fold them to look like 2 sides of a cardigan. So much fun. I hope you're right, Janica, because right now I'm kind of shaking. I know I'm going to get to the end and be like, that was crazy. I should not have been intimidated, which is why we chose to do it, because we had talked about the things we'd always wanted to do and not done. And I thought, why do we keep waiting? Let's just do them. But anyway, I have done hats too. Litza has a cow that's a birthstone cow, and it's one of the ones I wanted to dedicate myself to doing. So I'm doing hats one a month in the birthstone color for her cow, and because I'm going to be doing hats anyway, right? So 2 birds with 1 stone. And then the last one I made actually also covered Ella's Mal, which was kaleidoscope, which is anything with a bunch of different colors in it, and like a kaleidoscope. So I got BMO hats and Blitz's cow, birthstone cow, and Ella's make along kaleidoscope. Kristen is making a Hexi Cardi.
Can you show your color? The color name is.
To me, it's like there's a red heart color that looks like this that is like frosty green or something, but this is.
It is Karen 1 pound in the colorway Hosta.
Hosta, yeah, like the plant.
Yeah.
Bye, Angela. It's so good to see you.
Goodbye. Have a good night.
Ooh, Kimberly, I think puzzle yarn would be beautiful because then your colorway of the yarn is doing the talking for you. I love variegated stripe yarn, and she said today, I guess I was I know I was confused because I said it had to be a variegated yarn, but it didn't. Variegated striped, or even if you're combining the colors yourself, as long as it looks like kaleidoscope, lots of colors. Birthstone hats is Litza. Well, I'm doing birthstone hats to qualify for Litza's crochet along, which is called the birthstone cow. And it's anything that is made with the birthstone of the month. And each month she's giving you the colorway, like the color. So January's garnet. And you make something in that color, whatever you want to make, doesn't matter. And you send her a picture. Kristen is working on her Hexi Cardi.
I'll show it.
Yeah.
I had to rip out 2 rows right before the live, and I just put them back on.
She was so discouraged. And like I told her, I said, yeah, but take it out and it'll be okay, because it was a stitch that, sometimes you can fudge them and sometimes you can't. And this was one that couldn't be fudged.
Yeah.
Mandala ombre, happy. Nancy, no apologies, honey. No. That's what I was just talking about. We are not, no, you are perfectly fine. And I'm so excited that you make one in the same colorway as I'm making, and then we can compare. I think that's awesome. And I love this colorway. I would do everything. You know what? I need to do a sun bunny in this colorway. That would be so pretty.
That would be you to a T.
I know. But instead, I did the one that has the bumblebee. I'll grab him in a minute.
See, I did mine in red heart ombre green. And he was a Franken bunny because he looked like Frankenstein. But that's me because I like Halloween. So.
But if you could, Kimberly, if you could find a pattern that uses a 5 bulky weight to do a Hexi Cardi, it's fine. This one is supposed to be a 4, but I'm using a 4 that's really a 3. We all know that mandala really is a 3. Everybody agree? Probably not, but that's what I think. Okay. There's my sun bunny. He's a bee, and he's only a bee. It's not that I was being creative. Really, it's not. I didn't have enough gray to finish him, so I had to figure out a different way to do it. So he got a bee body. Hey, Renee, how are you? Good to see you. So that's my sun bunny. And I can't, yeah. And I made another one recently for somebody that was a sparkle pink. And that one would have been mine had I already not known that it was to be for her. And this, Anita sent me this. And she's my love. I love her so much. That's Ellie the elephant. She makes me so happy. She makes me smile.
She's adorable.
I love her much. I'm tearing everything up here.
We'll put it back together.
And Cynthia sent me this. I showed this earlier. Pink poo. Yay! Pink poo. I have all my little stuffies around. Oh, that's cool. So Janet Kay's doing one that says that it goes by measurements versus stitch count. So any yarn weight will work. That's awesome.
That's awesome. I haven't heard of that.
Baby Bee Bunny does match Tank. That's what I thought when I saw that this morning. When she was doing that, I was like, oh my gosh, it matches. All right. I gotta reach way up. Okay, this one. I did not make this one. Teresa from Critters Crochet sent me this one. And I think he's adorable. Yep. So that's my bee babies. Oh, and the two that I made these two. Miss C, tell Seven to close her eyes. In case that stuff transports through the internet. All right. So there's Belle. And there's Buddy. Now I didn't make
the accessories.
Yeah, the accessories. Jaxie made this and this. And let's see. Spring made this and this. Kim at Yarning for a Smile made the bracelet. And Amber made this, right? The cocoa. And then he has like a stand and a bag. He has like a seat. And he has a bag that Julie from Treasures Made from Yarn made. So yeah, they're home. They finally returned. Everybody's back home where they belong. What are you working on, Renee? Do you crochet? What is everybody else doing today on this fine Friday afternoon, evening, wherever it is? It may be a morning for somebody else somewhere else. Thank you, Jana. It takes a lot for me to put amigurumi together, but the last one I did, I sewed together myself, and I was quite happy with it. I would love to make a bunch of them, but I don't have the skills that Miss C does. A shawl. Awesome. I finished the Bagger Day bandana cowl this past week and a hat that is the recipe that I don't say I came up with it, but it's the recipe that I did during Christmas extravaganza for a hat. I just sat down and decided that I would put some stitches together. It's not a pattern, but I did write down what I did in case you wanted to repeat it. And it's like shells and that kind of thing. So hold on. Checking on the grandbaby. So, yeah. Working on your cubby hole. I love your cubby hole challenge project. I absolutely love it. So Terry is like, she has cubby holes in her yarn room with all of her yarn in it and some totes and other things and closets. You have to go watch her and see what she's doing. She's going through and has a system to pull out one and then making something from that. And I've seen so many yarny people doing that this year. I really love that. I really love that. I have 4 or 5 totes and you know what my fear is? It's going to make me work on something I don't want to work on, and then I won't be happy. So I am the type that I need to feel that I want to work with it. And there are some yarns that just don't bring me joy at the moment that will bring joy later. Mm-hmm. So she's working on a baby blanket. And Terry's another one that I heard say that there are certain things that she has decided to say no to this year. We are only so much. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can only do what you can do, right? Row 125 of 299. A mosaic. Good night, nurse. Oh, see, a mosaic is one of those that, again, I'm like, I probably can't do that. And I know I probably can. So I need to start small. I know that Spring, I think, has a tutorial for like a rug mug or something. I need to try that first. And then I can do something else. Crochet in a pot holder. Okay. You spent the day homesick. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. It seems it's going around. Bonnie, how are you, Miss Bonnie? Love, love, love. Good to see you. Did you come in here to cause trouble? I'm winking. We just got done saying, you know, I'm not like that. I'm very laid back. You all will find if you're new here, you're going to find out that I'm sarcastic sometimes, and I got a mouth, but it's all in fun. It's just picky, and Kristen and I are like that towards each other, mother, daughter. In case we didn't say that, I always um, clarify because somebody always asks, and no, I'm not her sister. I'm kidding. But when you're watching, you like to know who and what they're doing, and oh, Bonnie, I'm gonna give you that crown, let you wear it proudly. Single and doubles. See, yeah. Uh, Usually it's simple, but we make it out to be something that, or I make it out to be something that it's not. Miss C, what are we doing this week? Are you starting a Sun Bunny on Sunday? Because I have another one I have to make. I have to make one for the grandbaby because when I did the sparkle, are you serious? Okay, there we are back again. Sorry.
Can you hear and see us?
Can you hear and see us? Because the wind and the weather is blah 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 here. So when the daughter-in-law saw the Sun Bunny that was pink, I think she said, I love it. And I thought, oh, she might think it's for the baby. And I told her I'm making one for her, or I'm going to, but I haven't done it yet. New foot and a new ear. Okay. You can do it, Nancy. You can do it. You can do it. Let's do it. Yay, Sunita. Yay. I'm so glad. Love you. I won't do it because it's not an iPhone, but I love you so much. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you.
This is my first ever big wearable. Like I've done hats, scarves.
Blanket.
Wearable.
Oh.
This is my first big wearable.
I was just saying about big projects. So Kristen, 2 years ago.
Yeah, last
2 years ago.
2023.
Yeah, Kristen decided a couple years ago, I want to make a blanket. After all the grief she gave me this year for all the blankets I wanted to make. But she had never made one. Kristen, this is Kristen.
Hi.
Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie's a lot of fun. She keeps what do you call it? She keeps everything together in Miss C's lap.
Uh-huh.
She whacks some moles on the heads and all that stuff. And ask for thumbs constantly so that and if we don't give them, she gets upset with us. So you got to listen. Sunita is tiny. She's a sweetheart. So what was I talking about? See, I get lost, guys.
Blanket.
Okay, so after me doing all those blankets last year and she fussed 2 years ago, this one decided, let's do a blanket for the channel. Okay.
No, I said I was going to do it, and you said let's make it for the channel.
But she didn't want to do a temperature blanket. Lord help us, no.
No.
But what did she want to do? It's so very fitting.
My moods.
A mood project, because we got some moods over here.
We do.
Both of us, not just one. So we picked up our typical mood for the week, and we assigned colors instead of like you would assign for a temperature blanket, colors to temperature range. We would do happy, sad, mad, whatever. And she started a blanket, and I made a scarf because I was a wimp, and I bailed out about end of August.
I finished mine, and I still have it. It's a throw size, but I have it.
I don't either, Bonnie, but sometimes I'm one of those that forgets. So don't throw a shoe or anything. I go back and do it, I promise. But so she started the mood project, and I made myself do it because it was Kristen's baby, and I wanted to, for one, we hadn't been a channel that long, and I really wanted Kristen to grow in the way that she was able to communicate with people. Not that she couldn't.
When I first started, I camera shy. In real life, I'm not. Camera shy, I am.
In real life, she can give you a talking to in a nice way, in a bless your heart kind of way.
Watch
the eyes roll. See what I'm saying? Where's Diane Major? She needs to see them eyes roll. She loves that. But, and I'm glad that she can stand up for herself and say what needs said when it needs said. In a polite way. She is very respectful and kind, but she also doesn't let people run over her. I was 40 years old before I learned that. Had I had YouTube before then, I would have grown a thick skin real quick, I think. Bye, Lisa. I hope it's something good. Bye. You can send some through the thing. We had cheeseburger macaroni. In a bless your heart. Yeah, that she does, Sunita. And she's good at it. And she's good at doing it to me, and I do it right back.
It's all in love.
It's all in fun. We love each other. And I'm going to tell you what, the grandbaby is a mini me. She's going to be the same way, and I'm going to love every minute of it. They know they've been dressed down. I don't even know if she goes that far. I mean, I think they really feel like she loves and respects them and cares, but they also know where she stands. Kristen's really good at that. I was never. I was the one who would cower back and let somebody walk all over me. And you can't be like that. You have to be I'm not saying being ugly to people, but I'm saying if somebody's being ugly to you, you have to be able to say, whoa, I'm not here for that. I'm sorry. When you get a different attitude, come talk to me. But right now we're going to go our separate ways. And, or to a boss, you're not going to talk to me that way, and, I've had to say that before, but boy, did I shake in my boots. And now I'd be like, I'm going to tell you how it is. You're not going to talk to me that way. But, in a nice, polite way. Jana Kay, you didn't know Sunita? Oh, you are going to love her.
I love when we get to introduce people.
I do too. And that happened earlier this week too. There was Lulu. She, not Treasure Trove Lulu, Luann from Lulu's, I'd have to look up her channel. But she met Jana Kay because we mentioned you in our community tab. I said, oh, I love when you guys meet each other because we know you both and we love you and think you're great. And then all of a sudden you get to say, hey friend. You don't do drama. That's why you crochet. Let me show you what I got for Christmas. I know this. Okay. If you are easily offended, you may not want to look. And I know y'all are going, what? She doesn't do offensive stuff. And I don't. But I do know that some people would be offended by this. So if you're easily offended, look away. It's no cuss words or nothing like that. But it is kind of gruesome. So, and you've probably seen it before. It says...
It's a very famous saying.
Yep. I always say crochet is therapy, but my best friend that I've known for 50 years, her mother drove my mother to the hospital when my mother was in labor with me. She got me this for Christmas. And I said, oh, you are perfect. This is perfect. So I just thought it was super cute. I can't get yeah, there we go. I thought it was super, super cute. If you can see that. Some people take offense to that saying, I know, and I get it. But we all know we don't really mean it. But, it's therapy. Crochet is my therapy. And I found that, Thrifty, I hope everyone's safe and warm from the weather, too. We've had many here who were not. So I pray that, that things are better now. You almost got a shirt with that. I mean, we all know that it's meant as a joke between us, right? But if you're not, I don't know. Some people might find it offensive. I don't put it like I didn't... I don't tell a lot of people about it or anything like that. But to me, Dawn P, hello, beautiful lady. How are you? So I just think I was just showing my bag, Dawn. I said some people might not like that, but I had a best friend who I've known for 50 years, and she got me that for Christmas. I thought it was quite appropriate. You're just here for the yarn. I love that. That's funny. Yeah, on a t-shirt. Crochet is my therapy. And in the past year, in ways, I really rolled into that. Like the blankets helped me roll into that in so many ways because I got to make something I wanted to make for people who love it and appreciate it and respect me for the time and the energy that gets put into it. There were 10 total. One was for the Linus Project. One was for my adopted brother. One was for one of my best friends. And then I had one for my daughter, my 2 sons, my husband, my daughter-in-law, my granddaughter. And there was one more. I can't remember who the other one was. Me. The one for me. The Grinch was mine. So those were therapy in a great way for me. But in many ways, I lost sight of doing crochet because it brings me joy. And so this year, that's what I'm hoping to do. That being said, I'm working on one project I'd like to throw out the window, but it's for my brother's fiance. You all know my brother's no longer here. This is a fiance prior to life after that. And she's a sister to me as far as I'm concerned. I love it too, Bonnie. I knew you'd love it. Don P, what you working on? Okay, so tell me below. Everybody let us know. Are you freezing? Are you warm? Who's got the warmest temperature? I'm coming your way. She did celebrate a birthday month. Yep. Her birthday was the 6th. Normally I would put it on YouTube, but I didn't this year. I don't know why. We were having, some time, just family time, and I just didn't put it out there. I don't know. I just didn't. I think I didn't want anybody to feel like they had to say happy birthday, or, I don't know. I just didn't do it. We were busy. And actually on her birthday, was that not the day that the storm hit?
Yes.
The day before her birthday, the storm hit. So we celebrated Friday and her birthday was on Monday because Saturday, Sunday, Monday was supposed to be nasty, and it was. A blanket and a special Amy project. Ooh, awesome.
Fun.
Fun, fun, fun. Let's see. Jana, you don't have to answer if you don't, but I just want to make sure to ask if everything went okay. Have you done that yet? 65. Oh, Amy, I'm so glad you're not part of that. Sam! You got the hottest temperature. Sam. Send me coordinates. I'm coming. I'm coming. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you all. Appreciate you all.
Bonnie, I know, but I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. I have a real thing about social media anyway anymore, and I stay off of it more than on it. YouTube is as far. I mean, I'm on Facebook some, and mostly for the channel, but I don't know. And I don't use our community tab a whole lot. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. I don't know why. I have lately to talk about the Hexi Cardi. The 15th of January. Okay. Praying for you, my dear. I appreciate that you let me know. I didn't want to air your business, but I wanted to make sure that you're okay. Can't wait for you to get done and get back to it. But yeah. You got to be kidding me.
Let's
I love you much. I was talking about you. Were your ears burning? I need a giddy gown. Head to bed for a read a while. Good night. We love you, Miss C. Miss C, there's the channel that you need. Coco's Crochet. That's Litza. She's the one that is doing the birthstone cow. So go find Coco's Crochet. I will try to remember to share it out on the community tab so that you can go find her. I have only most times go to Miss C's live. Sometimes YouTube is just too much. Sometimes all social media is too much. It's just the way it is. 32 and freezing rain. I don't know. Let me see what it is here. It was 12 here the other day with a 9. Good night, Miss C. Put that giddy gown on and rock it. Let me see.
Let's say you're having lunch.
24 degrees.
Bedtime here.
Yeah, she's having lunch. She's at work. So we were talking about the birthstone cow, and Litza also has another cow. If you happen to be making stuff and want to make this kind of thing, we were talking about not overdoing our stuff, but also knocking out more than one cow at one time. Love you, Sunita.
Love you. Have a good night.
Have a good night. She's also doing the best. I always want to say this wrong. Best dressed 18-inch doll cow 2025. So you can go over and check out that one if you have an 18-inch doll you want to make stuff for. And she's doing the other one. I don't know. I haven't, I'll be honest, it's not fair, but I don't know all the details, but I know she's doing one that has to do with inspiration from Australia. Absolutely, Miss Litza. Always, always. If you want to leave something down there about the Australian one, I don't know as much about that one. I know I saw that Pamela Ginger Crochet, she had made something for it, but I thought that was really neat. We love you, Miss C. I'm sure she's probably gone by now. We love you too, Sunita. Did anybody come in and not get to tell us what you're working on? Tell us what your weather's like. Made in Australian Cow 2025. Litza's working on cleaning up her area and whips. I got halfway through the video today and had to go take care of something. I need to go back and finish it. Just about. Let's see. Here it is 9 o'clock. Yeah. So we'll be 2.
Almost bedtime here.
Yay, Miss C. You will love her. You will love her.
We've introduced 2 people this live to other people. I love when this happens.
And let's say if you don't know Miss C, she's a home of the sun bunny, and I'm sure you've seen that on our channel, and you will love her. I love when friends get to meet each other because it's like we know her and she's special to us, and we know her and she's special to us, and then we get to introduce them together. It's so awesome. It makes me very happy. So anyway, as you notice, I did not crochet today because, like I said, I can't do it and you're subscribed to Miss C? That's awesome. So you want to show your Hexi Cardi again, since I'm not working on mine. I'm supposed to be working on
I will show mine.
this, which is a C2C donation, but I did not do it because I mess up every time I try to crochet and chat. Good night, Miss C. Go cuddle up with the sun bunny. Put 7 on restriction.
I cannot fold this.
I can't ever fold mine. I can't ever fold mine.
I think I got it. Nope, it did not.
Jana K, are you leaving or are you saying goodnight to Miss C? There you go.
Nope, it's still not right, but you get the gist.
It's close enough. So that's Kristen's colorway. And then for those that didn't see, because I know that Litza started hers too. That's how come I realized that we really needed to get on board and talk about where we were at on ours, because she showed hers. And again, I too. I'll be glad when I get to seam it up, so I don't have to worry about how to hold it.
Thank you, Jana K.
Okay, there's mine, Miss Litza, and anybody who didn't see, not anywhere near where it needs to be, but that's my mandala happy.
Yes, that's how you spell it. Kristen.
Yes, ma'am. Cheryl, hi, how are you? A dragonfly blanket. Ooh, those are pretty. In aqua. Oh, we love you too. Welcome in. Are you going to join us and do the Hexi Cardi party? Get on the bus. Shirley Springs said we were going to need an extra bus. She said we've got it full. I said maybe we can do a double decker.
Ooh.
I don't know that they have those. Do they have those in America? If they do, it's nowhere near here.
Probably in like New York or something.
You're lucky if we have a bus here. A solid Hexi cardigan. That's awesome. Hello, Andrea. Welcome in. I missed you somewhere.
I'm on row 12. I think. I may have miscounted.
You feel like it's Sunday, Bonnie? Are you off now or are you back to work? Oh, thank you, Miss Litza. You're in Florida, so you don't do sweaters. Well, I don't blame you. I wouldn't either, especially. Hello. Thank you.
Thank you.
Leiloni. Am I saying it right? I say it in my head every time when you comment on something, but I always messing it up. I know I've asked before. I'm just like that. I can't remember. You snuck in? That's all right. We like when people sneak in the back door and say hello. Leiloni, you told me you finished yours, right? You finished your Hexi Cardi? But you were already working on one. Am I right or am I wrong? You were off because the snow worked tomorrow. You're off Sunday. Okay. Leilani. Like that?
Thank you, Litza.
Thank you. She did have a birthday. She turned the big 19 Monday. And I was saying we celebrated the Friday before. We never do that, even when their birthdays are the middle of the week. But it was so nasty here.
The awful storm.
I was worried because it's a good hour to go anywhere to do anything. So we celebrated at home. Thank you. You finished yours. Now, were you already working on one or you started one in January? I think you said you were already working on one, right? And what color was it? January 6th.
January 6th. Yep.
Yeah, last Monday. Yeah. She had to be born in the middle of the winter. And then when she was like 6 months old, I think, she came down with pneumonia. Actually, it had to be 6 weeks because it was the middle of winter.
Yeah, I was
6 weeks.
Going to say 6 months.
She came down with pneumonia and had to be taken to the hospital. My husband was at work. So she likes to cause problems when it's storming. You're fine, Bonnie.
No
Listen,
worry.
Bonnie, we are the last people who will take offense to stuff. It's fine. January is a great month. Yeah. Is it the 21st, right? Wink, wink.
Happy early birthday.
Am I right? Happy early birthday. Yeah. My grandfather's, I believe, was January 3rd, and he passed on January 20th. Years and years ago. This was 1980. You started when we announced it? Girl.
Wow.
Seriously?
That's
wow.
Awesome.
Okay, now I feel like I'm behind. It's okay though. We are only comparing to ourselves. It's fine. Send me a picture, please, so that we can and if you would like us to show it. Your bonus dad is January 2nd. Okay. If you visit Litza in January, you can have a summer bee day. I threatened to mail myself to Litza because it's cold here. And I honestly, but I want to go see Litza in the summertime. Summer here for me, only because Santa is in jams and a Hawaiian shirt. And I think that'd be so cool. I would love to celebrate Christmas like that. I think that would be so awesome. Then I get Christmas twice in 1 year. Wouldn't that be awesome? I would be so happy. You can email it to me if you want, or you can put it in the group. If I think you're in the group on Facebook. Yep. I want to come and celebrate Christmas in the summer with you. Well, our summer, your winter, so that our winter, your summer.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's summer.
When Santa's in jams, I want to come see Santa. Does everybody know what jams are? That some of you may not know that reference.
I'm honest, I don't.
I've told you what it means. When I was in school, Kim, hello, darling. How are you? We're showing our Hexi Cardis for the Hexi Cardi party that we're doing. When I was in school, we wore jams, and it was because we had a very strict dress code that came about while I was a teenager, and you could not wear shorts above the knees. So they had to be knee length or longer, and the shorts were called jams. And sometimes they were in bright neon colors. Sometimes they were in Hawaiian prints. They were all kinds of weird. So this is my Mandala Happy. This is the start of my Hexi Cardi. And for those who don't know, we started a Hexi Cardi Party 2025. Make a Hexi Cardi sometime in 2025. No rush. You work with us when you can. Not with us literally, but just work on it when you can. When you finish, you can send us a picture. Amy, probably they were called that at some point in time. Some people they were down to your knees. They were kind of like what you would wear, to the beach and surfing and that kind of stuff, I guess. You can do any pattern for the Hexi Cardi, any hook, any yarn, just whatever makes you happy. Mm-hmm. Belle B had a great time. Aw, you want to see Belle? There's Belle. And Jaxie made her a little pretty hair bow and a sweater. And guess who else came home this past week? New Year's Eve. Buddy came home New Year's Eve. We got a video coming out about him. Everyone's welcome. Yep. Everyone's always welcome. That's the way I feel here. You're a lot older than me. I doubt that. I'm older than you think. I am old. I hit the big 50 this year. Actually, last year. Both have the flu. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. You're just getting hit left and right. I'm so sorry. I'll be praying for you. Oh, bless your heart. Okay, so, just what we were... Jana, no, I'm not. And Jana, I plan to take up your challenge. I really do. I hate to say it because I know I'll fail because I always do. Zach, hello. Love you bunches.
Hello.
70 on March. I feel like I'm older than 50, so that's probably my problem.
Oh, no.
Okay, Amy, my brother would have been 61, so you were closer to his age. We were 11 years apart. Steve has the flu. No, I'm so sorry. So for those who came in late, I will say I watched a video right before we started, Jennifer at Cinnamon Stitches, and that's not to name drop or anything. I just want to tell you that she released a video. If you're a content creator, if you're not a content creator, please go watch it because it is amazing. She's very honest, raw, and real about YouTube and the things, as far as like being a content creator and the support of a content creator and how we feel about things. And it just, to me, was wonderful to see somebody just say it like it is. And so, and it made me reaffirm my decision this year that when I first started, I had a whole list of things we wanted to do. And I was going to come on here and go, we're going to do this on Monday and this on Tuesdays and this on Wednesdays and this on Thursdays. And you're going to see this twice a month and this. No, I did say some of the things we were going to do, but some of the other things I held off on because I do not want to put myself in a position where I am running through a hamster wheel all the time trying to get things done because that makes this not fun for me. And this is my fun time. YouTube and my crochet is my fun time. It honestly, at some points in life, makes my whole disposition turn around. And that's why I do it. And so I'm going to do the things that I like to do and, and not try to push myself to do the things. You are young, Zach. You're still very young. You have faith I'll knock out the challenge. I'm going to try. For those who don't know, Jana Kay put out a challenge to do 25 minutes a day reading in your Bible. And so we talked about, and I realize this is not everybody's thing, but if you've been to our channel, you know that this is who I am. And I don't make apologies for my faith because I cannot separate my faith from me. It is part of who I am. And it is something I have failed a lot at, and that's normal. We're all human. But this is the year. Thoughtful Thursday is for me to get reconnected and to be who I need to be. So I'm going to reconnect. I'm going to connect and double book Thoughtful Thursday with Jana Kay's challenge and spend that time studying for Thoughtful Thursday so that I can be a better person and so that I can be more who I'm supposed to be. And I cannot be who I am not. And I cannot change who I am as far as like, I appreciate that, Thrifty. And I know not everybody wants to hear it. And I know not everybody believes or thinks the way I do. And I will never look down on somebody for that. And I would never be negative towards anybody because of that. I am not about being like that. I am just trying to make myself a better person. Hi, Zach's mom. Mwah! You got a nice young man.
Hi.
He's very friendly and funny, and we love him. But I need to do what's best for me, and that is regrounding myself in the Lord, and that's what I'm going to do. And so, in that being said, that's our Thoughtful Thursday is changed over to a time when I can reflect. And if that's not your thing, then you don't have to watch it. But for me, it's very important that I do it for me. And I think for Kristen too, we're kind of growing and learning together because I gave my testimony earlier that I was saved at a very young age, like 8, and had been in and out of church for a long time. When my oldest was born, we got back in church and I was very faithful for a very long time. And then after about 13 years, I wasn't. And have been in and out since. And so, and I know you don't have to go to church to have a relationship with God. And I know all the things the Bible talks about it, and I'm not going, into that because I'm not going to argue with people. That's one reason why I don't talk about it all the time. But this is our channel and our live. And I just feel like sometimes God leads you to do things and you don't know why. And so I feel like that this week he's been telling me that I'm on the right track and that I need to stop doubting because he is the one that's running the show, not me. Yeah, I agree, Jana Kay. And I'll be the first to say I need to read. Just end of the thing. I need to read. My relationship with God is everything to me. And I have struggled on YouTube because Kim and I've talked about this before. You don't want to alienate people. You also don't want to condemn anybody because it's not your place to judge. We have a judge and it's not us. But I also cannot separate myself because if I deny him, then he will deny me. And I won't do that. Bonnie, I love you. I love you. Yeah. And that's okay because, you know what, Kim, you're doing what you're supposed to do. But I just feel like there are some things in my life that need changed. You all see one side and you don't see everything. And so I want to be a better person. And so I feel like Jana Kay was placed in my lap today, her video for me to see so that I would take on that challenge. So I'm going to take on that challenge. I know that I am going to have issues because I am just one of those people that has issues following through on everything all year long, but that's okay. I agree, Amy. And I decided a long time ago, it wasn't my place to tell anybody about the differences between us, that I'm just going to be who I am. And they, hopefully by that, they see something that they, somebody that they know loves them. That's how I feel. I just want people to know that they're loved and, that's what I'm going to tell myself, Jana Kay. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to do it. And then when I don't do it, I'm the one who knows, and I'm the one who's going to be, looking at myself and, and judging myself, even though, again, I have someone who does that. I don't need to do that. Wouldn't life be boring if we were all the same? My goodness. Now, Kristen and I are quite a bit alike. We got some issues there, because when one of you starts out and you have the same kind of mentality, and it's not ugly, it's just that we just get each other, Yeah, you need that extra time. I feel like that when I wake up in the middle of the night. Nana Michelle! Hello. Wonderful! Hello! Really? Now, see, Nana Michelle, I feel like that you saying that is a message to me, because I have held back for a long time about the things that, like, a lot of times I feel like I talk too much about my personal life. I talk too much about this, that, and the other. There are some things I'm never going to be. I'm never going to be a tutorial person, because I can't do it. And I'm like, when you see a video this next week of me trying to show something that is not a video tutorial, but where I'm trying to show you about a stitch, you're going to see that I'm not a video tutorialist. I'm never going to be. I'm not a pattern designer. I'm never going to be. I'm just not. I know that about myself. I know that, thrifty. I need that, so I'll take it. They do, Andrea. They absolutely do. Everybody has a choice to make, and that is their right and their place, and not mine to tell them. Have a good day, Litza. We love you.
Bye, Litza. Love you.
Take care. Have a great weekend. I hope Steve feels better. Sending him lots of healing prayers and wishes. I hope he gets lots of better, and that you don't get it, and nobody else in the family gets it. We do have differences, Dawn. We are different in a lot of ways, but there are so many times that we have to just look at each other and kind of walk away, because we know what the other one's thinking, and we get on each other's nerves because we're thinking the same way, Mm-hmm. Bonnie, thank you. I appreciate that. You know what I found out, Renee, when I started Thoughtful Thursday? I don't know everything I thought I did. And I'm very, very lax in what I did think I knew. I think over the years I have forgotten a lot, because I've gotten older, and, our brains, I'm that age. But I don't know as much. You're right, Kim. It is what we choose to do with them. Oh, Nana Michelle, you make me so happy. And you know what I found out is when you start looking, I used to pray. It's been a rough 2024, and I'm not going to lie, we're still in the middle of some things, and I won't say anything else. But those of you who pray, if you would, I'd appreciate it. But when I start out the day and start thinking, and I pray this way, I say, God, please show me something positive in the day. And it makes a difference when you try to find something positive. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, Nana Michelle. I appreciate that. Tell Steve we are praying, and we hope he feels so much better. Give him some chicken soup and some gummies and some chocolate. Probably don't do that.
I wouldn't.
Chicken soup, baby.
Gets better.
Hey, you can give him those little chicken crackers. I love those things. What are they called?
Good.
That's an Australian thing. If you don't know, we got a box from Litza, and they have the cutest little kangaroo crackers, and they're chicken biscuit. They're so good. They're so good. I know it sounds different, but they're so good. I need to do that, Bonnie. That's a good thing to do. I need to do that too. I just don't we talked about the temperature blankets and the mood project and all that stuff. 12 months of something for me is very hard to do. And if I look at it at 12 months, I won't do it. I just know me, because it's like dieting and everything else, and life changes and all that stuff. I have yo-yoed a lot in weight over the years. Not over the years, but certain points in my life. And at one time I dropped 40 pounds. And because I exercised almost every day, and I need to do it again. But, it is, we are all different, and that's what makes the world go round. And, Yep, I agree, Renee. We're always learning. My brother was a pastor for 30 some years, and um, yeah, I don't know what I need to know. And and that's me. That's not me judging anybody else. That's me. I need work for me. And that's why I'm doing Thoughtful Thursday. Rachel, I love you. You have been on my heart. You really have. And I love you very much. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with learning. And I say that I think because I second guessed so much about Thoughtful Thursday, but it wasn't even really in my control. It was this one. So for I was talking about how I wanted to do like a thankful Thursday and have like a calendar to go through every day and just read off, thankful, encouraging thoughts and stuff. And this one buys me the little jar that has the things which I'm struggling with. I'm be honest, for Thoughtful Thursday, it has anger in there. And I get a verse about anger and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I mean, and I have learned that I don't know what I thought I knew. So I have to study just like if I was teaching again, because I taught Sunday school and youth group for years, for FOR years, many years, and taught ladies group. My greatest love, I used to teach ladies fellowship, and I loved that. I mean, not all the time we would take turns, but I was the president and I taught ladies fellowship, and I loved digging deep and trying to figure out and apply things to my life. And I always walked away feeling better. Pushing 60. Oh, on Weight Watchers. Yeah, I need to for my health, Bonnie. It's not a matter of I want to because I want to look better or anything else. I'm past that stage. I've been married for 25 years. We have three gorgeous children. I have one absolutely astonishingly beautiful grandbaby, and I can say that because she's mine, and God knows I love her to death. But I need not to lose weight. I do need to lose weight, but not to look different for anybody or anything, not even for myself, but for health, I need to. I agree. Yep. You're right, Kim. Yeah, me too. Out of breath, overweight, and the arthritis. It needs to go. The weight would help with that. Jana K, I just want to set. I want to set with all of you. But Jana K, I watch your channel and I think I just want to. I was thinking today, I just want to sit and talk with her. I just want to talk with her and find out about all her travels and what they did, and in Africa, and learn all about it. I think you should do a video about that and talk to us, like do a series and talk to us about. I know there's some things you can't talk about, obviously, but just the in general kind of what your life was like and what you did and the lifestyle over there and how you applied things to that. I have a friend who's in the Philippines and has been for years. She married, her dad had a Bible college here, and she married a Filipino man, and they moved back to the Philippines, and it's just so interesting to watch. Me too, Kim. Mine is a gluten thing, and I know Niecy's dealing with that, with the gluten stuff. So I've been watching, to see some of the things that she's doing. Um, I need to do so many things. I would love crochet and chat and to learn about life. I love to hear people's stories. I know some people only want to hear about the yarn. I love to hear the stories and the things. And just, I think because when my grandmother was around, I listened, but I didn't retain a lot of it. And now I love to set, there's a little lady, she has nothing to do with crochet, but she is on YouTube, and her channel name is Chit Chat with Granny Pat. If you go over and visit her, tell her I told you to go see her. She doesn't know who I am from Adam, but I'm going to tell you what, she is the sweetest lady, and she will talk about glassware collections and antiques, and then she'll just tell stories from her childhood and her life, and she'll just talk about things, and she'll talk about what she ate for the day and what she. I love her. She reminds me of my grandmother. I just love those conversations. I love to have conversations about life, and it doesn't have to be the personal nitty gritty stuff. I just like the stories. Yeah. Yeah. I like that too. It was, we did a live yesterday, not a live, a video recording yesterday for a crochet and chat, and it was over an hour, and the computer ate it and it never came back up. And so in the middle of it, we were talking about how we didn't say that you could go ahead and start crocheting, that we needed to tell people for the Hexi Cardi. And I told a story about Head Start, talking about stories. I have a friend whose son was in my class. He was 3. And he had some issues with another little boy in the room. You know, we're 3. We're learning to share and care and all those kinds of things, and about ourselves and our space and their space. And there was an incident with a plastic hammer at the tool station and a bloody nose. And so we were talking about, you know, back and forth, and we were on the little plan that you do where you talk about their day to their parents at the end of the day. And so he came to school one day, and I had to send a note home because he spit on that little boy. And he went home, and the mama was like, I thought we talked about what you weren't supposed to do at school. You were supposed, you know, and about your behavior at school. And he said, yeah, mommy, but you know, tell me no can spit. He is now like 25 years old, and I still, every time I get a chance, remind him, you know, tell me no can spit. I just love it. So sometimes we, you know, we don't know if we're not told. Bonnie, what's Bonnie eating? Whatever you works went off. And okay. I have a friend who did Weight Watchers too, and she did well. Low carb. I did gluten-free for a long time, and I need to go back on it because I can tell a difference when I do. It just hit me out of the blue one day. I was fine. And then all of a sudden, oh, you got a gluten allergy. Woohoo. And in case y'all don't know, yes, I was trying to cry and I sound sniffly, but I'm already trying to catch some kind of something that's going around. This crazy weather doesn't help. All right, guys, it's been almost 2 hours. And for those of you who have been here and come to visit and said hello and lurking, and everybody that's here, whoever, wherever, whenever, the bees in the background in the beehive, I guess. We don't hardly have anything like that, but whatever. We appreciate you very much. And we are just at a place on YouTube I never thought we'd be. I really, me too, Bonnie. I love you so much. I love when you come in, and I love that you speak your mind and that you make me speak mine. So that's good. It does keep you from boredom, but you know, it does my heart good because I needed this tonight more than I knew. And I just really, I won't say I needed affirmation. I didn't need that. I needed family. We have family. My family's very small. I'm the only one left in my family other than my mother. She has dementia and has been in the nursing home since 2016, and I'm it. And I have some extended family, but not those. We're not super close. And so we love you too. I appreciate that, Jenna Kay. I need to hear those things, not for affirmation, but so that I know that we've done something that touched somebody else and to keep going. Have a good night, Nancy.
Have a good night.
I can't catch up, Kim. I'm trying. I'm so far behind. But I needed family. I needed uplifted. And this has uplifted me. And it's just to be able to talk and have a good time and get together and say, hey, you know, what are you doing? And we all walk different lives. And it is what it is, you know. And when we can come together and encourage each other, that makes for a better place. So make a good night and a good weekend to everyone. It's up to you. It's a mindset. It is. It's a choice, Bonnie. I believe that. Because like I said, there are things going on right now. Now, we're all good. Everybody's health is normal, pretty much what it's always been. We're all good. Hubby's good. Kids are good. Baby's good. It's just we're going through some stuff right now, and that's the way it is. Oh, Don P, I appreciate that. I enjoy listening to people talk too. I can turn on, and this is going to sound really bad, and I said I was going to go, but random tangent. It's going to sound really bad, but it is meant in the best way. I have trouble sleeping. If you're a woman and of a certain age, you understand. And other people understand it too, I'm sure. But I have trouble sleeping. And a lot of times I can turn on a crochet channel that I'm comfortable with, that I watch on the normal, and I can fall asleep listening to them. And I just let it run. To me, I know some people might think that's rude. You know, you're falling asleep and you're not paying attention. I'm trying to pay attention, but I'm also falling asleep. I get warm and go to sleep. And to me, that's the greatest compliment because I feel safe with you, because I am comfortable and can relax listening to you talk and you lull me to sleep. To me, that's a great compliment. And I do that with Chit Chat Granny Pat too. She's hilarious. You would love her. My husband even comes in the room sometimes and says, she's talking about her dishes, and he loves Chit Chat with Granny Pat. She's hilarious. She is such a sweetheart. And she has nothing to do with crochet. Yeah, I support by having it running. And a lot of times I'll watch it and then I'll like it, but I'll forget to go back and comment. And I try to go back on my because I watch on the TV, but go back on my phone and comment. And it's hard. You have to go back through the history. And I know it's not really hard, but it is. I like to just watch and enjoy. And then when I have to go back and find it again, and I did it on Ella's video the other day, I commented on the wrong video. And then, it's like, what are you talking? What am I talking about? Her video didn't even say anything about what I said. So I had to go back and fix it. Zach made it home safe and sound from work and it's snowing again. Oh, Zach. But I'm glad you got to go to work and I'm glad you're home safe. And I appreciate that. And I'm glad you're back on YouTube streets, even though I fell asleep the other day and didn't get to watch you. I fell asleep at 8 o'clock. I never do that. I was exhausted. Blood family is one thing, but the family we choose is special. And I agree. I have great blood family, but I also have some people in my life who I couldn't live without. It's just very special people, and many of them from YouTube. But like I said, when we start, let's just go make a video and see. And I back and look at it. I'm like, ooh. But we all say that. But
hi, Spring.
He wants to know if you have a Dr. Pepper he can have you run out. Spring, were your ears burning?
I drank a body armor. That's what I've been drinking.
I have a water and a body armor. I was talking about you, Spring. Hat patterns, and I said that you're the reason I do front post and back post double crochet and love them now. Because you made me. Love you, mean it. But yeah, it was all good, I promise. I don't even know what I was talking about. But
Dr. Pepper body armor. I don't know.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper body armor. Yeah, all that stuff. Anyway, we're going to go. It's been like 2 hours. I love you all very much. Thank you. Oh, I know, family. Yes, I have family that I've chosen, many of them on YouTube. We started YouTube because Spring said, do it, do it, do it. And we were like, okay. And if you watch Spring's channel, then you look at what she does. And she is so great at everything she does. And I'm like, I don't do that stuff. But we started and here we are. And like I said earlier, we're going to be who we are. And I know that, you're not, I say we're not everybody's cup of tea, but that's because we're coffee. I saw that on Facebook somewhere. Yeah, I didn't make that up. But, so, and I appreciate those who are around and who stick with us, and those who say, well, that part of your channel is not for me, but I'm okay with that. And, and I won't apologize because I can't separate myself from God, and I won't. But I hope that those who do not want to watch those videos see and know how much we love them and feel that in the things we say and do. That's my goal. And if I get to that point, then I have shown you what I need to show you. And I've done what I'm supposed to do. Now, Zach, she's not the one you need to be asking if they're behaving. You're the one that don't behave. And I'm a sick Bonnie on you. Bonnie, I love that you are just straightforward and put it like it is. But we were saying we watched Cinnamon Stitches, and she had a great video about being yourself and doing what makes you happy and not jumping through hoops and not, she is, she hit it on the head. And I needed that tonight, and I needed this therapy session. So free therapy is a great thing. YouTube's good for that. You going to get him, Bonnie? Get him. Get him. Tell him he needs to be crocheting. He needs to go crochet some. I'm going to make sure he goes back to it.
I am not a troublemaker.
Didn't you get in trouble for this the other night, Zach? I had to delete that live. For those who were there, I'm sorry. The sounds of the people was dropping on the pager, and I could not, in good conscience, let that go because I couldn't tell what they said. And if it was my family, I wouldn't want people talking about, even though you all don't know them, it doesn't matter. I just felt bad for doing that. So it got deleted. Bonnie gets in trouble. She's okay with that. Well, apparently Kristen does too, according to Zach. She makes him get in trouble. Zach, I think you're responsible for your own misbehavior. I really do. It's all that Dr. Pepper you drink. You need to stop. Spring, are you warm again? I know you said you have power.
It's so cold. I don't like this weather. I'm not built for this weather.
I won't tell you the weather forecast I saw then for the next week. Yeah, I'm ready to. Yeah. Spring, did you get everything dug out? I know you were out feeding the horses and freezing. Did they temporarily fix your electric, or did they fix it? Because I know some places they temporarily have done some things so they can do some other stuff. Bonnie, don't encourage her. 2 degrees.
Oh my.
I just can't. I just can't. Luke came to me the other day and wanted to go. He had something for sale online and he wanted to go to Welch. And I'm like, Andrea, the only reason why I can't stand it is because my arthritis, my rheumatoid makes it hurt really bad down in my bones. And no matter how much I put on, sometimes I still am cold. I don't understand it, but it is what it is.
See, I like this weather when I was in school. Me and my best friend had this conversation 2 days ago. We loved it when we were in school because it would snow and we wouldn't have no school. But now we're adults with responsibilities and we have to go to work.
Responsibilities.
And go to college.
She's showing her age.
Yeah. That was in the video that got deleted.
You can come inside and get warm. Yeah. I get that. Oh, Luke has loved it this week because he hasn't had to go to school. Oh, I told him he had to stop wheeling and dealing until spring, because I'm done. He had bought a snowblower, and then he didn't like it. He bought a bunch of stuff, but this is my 14-year-old. He is at that age when boys do all the things they do, And so he bought a snowblower and some other stuff, weed eaters and stuff for his lawnmower business. And so he wanted to get rid of the snowblower, and some guy messaged him and said, I'll trade you a TV and a TV stand for it. Like a 53-inch TV. And so he was all over it. He got the better end of the deal. But, reminds me of the kid that traded a paperclip up to, I forget what, like a house or something. Oh. Spring, do they ever treat or plow your road? Is it like a state-maintained road? Because ours is a state-maintained secondary road, and it got plowed more the last couple of days, but before that, it was very few. Very few. And my oldest son couldn't get to his house because it was solid sheet of ice up and down the road, and they did not treat it. But it is straight up and down. So, isn't that right, Bonnie? Work and winter. Yep. And somebody had sent me something saying, well, never mind. I won't talk about that work stuff. But yeah, as far as like the age of when we can stop, I'm done with it. Yeah, I'm stuck with it too. Your arthritis works backwards. Heat makes you hurt. Really? Ooh. See, I can't breathe well in the heat, but I said today I need sunshine, but I can't get out to get sunshine because it's whatever I said degrees were, and it's too cold for me. Oh, got it. So they would clear because he would come and because he had to get to work. Well, see, DOH worker used to live beside my oldest, but he no longer works for them. So, yeah, that's probably part of it, too. You're going to have a snowball with me. I'm not going outside, so I don't have to worry about that. It's not happening. Spring, get him. But, yeah, I really... Spring has had it this week. She's had a mess. Spring, RN, the people I was telling you about, finally got power back last night sometime, I think between 5 and 8. Mary King, hello. How are you, darling? Hi. Yeah. Bonnie, yeah. Yeah, last night they were out Sunday to Thursday. There were 3 power poles that were clipped in half, and so they had, and not like close to the road, so they had to go back out into the woods and reset. Zach, you're fine. We just pick at you. But yeah, 3 power poles that had to go and be reset completely. And there were only about somewhere between 20 and 28 people on that line. And it's a mile from my house, but our power comes from the other direction. Thank God, because I could not, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 days without heat. Yeah, our mail we've had some mail, but I can tell that it's not running like normal.
I had a package that was supposed to be here January 3rd, and I got it today.
Yeah.
It was delayed because of the weather.
It's definitely delayed, and I know for a fact, of course, they didn't run yesterday because of President Carter's death. It was in honor of him. But this week I know it's been slow going because, we're in the middle of nowhere, and transportation is a thing, even for the mail people. So our trash didn't run, which is a problem. And, whatever. Now and it didn't run for other people either. So now they got to double back and pick up everybody else's. So who knows when yeah. And then we're getting more tonight and tomorrow. Yay. Woohoo.
So much fun.
I'm going to grin and bear it. Good grief. I would have to take a nap halfway through it, Bonnie. I couldn't. There are so many things I wish I could do that I used to do. So I just try to remember the things I can do and be thankful, because those things are important. And when I can't do those things, like Miss C was talking about the other day about having to ride the get around cart, I have to do that when I go out now. But it allows me to do the things I need to do, where before I would have had to stay home. And so at least I'm getting out and getting sunshine and seeing people and doing the things I need to. Well, that's right. Especially if you're expecting some kind of form of news and Benjamins and George Washingtons and Abraham Lincolns and that kind of thing. The do-re-mi. Or if you're expecting, whatever. I mean, our mail went like nothing. And I thought, that's not normal. And then all of a sudden, a couple of things came today. They weren't ours. I don't think they were the oldest. So that's fine. But it's been over 2 hours. I guess that makes up for the hour video that we filmed yesterday spring, and it totally tanked. Our computer apparently didn't have storage for it, so it cut it off and threw it away and didn't tell us. So we turned it off, and I went to upload it, and I turned to Chris and I said, it's not there. She said, you got to be kidding me. She was so angry. It's all right, though. And we both had to rip out all the stitches we did in the crochet and chat because they were wrong. Patience is a virtue, right? All right. We got to go, guys. It's been 2 hours. We love you very much. Thank you for everybody who was here and lurking and watching and talking amongst yourselves and supporting. And yep, for those who missed it, one more time. I feel like I'm a broken record, but here it is. Here's the Hexi Cardi party. Get on the bus. Shirley Spring says we need another bus because it's full. But there's mine. And then Kristen will show hers. That's where we're at. Thank you, Jenna Kay. Thank you, Amy. Good night, Spring. Show your Hexi Cardi party.
I'm trying to fold it.
Oh, well, I guess that's separate, Bonnie. I don't know. But yeah, the mail was closed in honor of President Carter.
That's where I'm at.
Of course, she loves yours because it's her color.
I put almost 5 rows on this life.
Wow, that's why she wasn't talking. She was getting
because
along.
I had to rip 2 of them out, so I wanted to make up for it. And then I'm like, ooh.
So what row are you on now?
13.
Cool. I'm on 16. So between now and when we update again, which probably won't be alive, it will be a crochet and chat if we can get this to fix.
She loves yours too.
I know she does. I'm just giving her a hard time because she likes green and I like pink. And together we make a beautiful team. Work on yours. If you haven't started, go ahead and get started. And yeah, I'm on row 16. So I'm not going to tell you how far to work. You do you. If you can flip through it and get it done, great. If you don't want to and you want to work a little at a time, that's fine too. But work on your Hexi Cardi and we'll talk about it again soon. Good night, Bonnie. Good night, everybody. We love you so much. Thank you for being you and for being a friend and being part of our family. We love you very much. Bye. Bye. Thank you, Bonnie.